Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Herald. I am a creator of small modular Total War Warhammer 3 mods, and today we're going to do something different for me and my very small YouTube channel. We are going to try out a Wulfrik the Wanderer campaign after the 7.0 update of Total War Warhammer 3 that came together with the newly released Tides of Torment DLC. I have purchased the DLC, so we're going to see the units that come for Norsca together with the DLC, and something that is going to be specific, completely unique to this stream when comparing to others, is that we're going to be using my mod compilations. That's right, Herald's mods. The two compilations are Herald's Start Positions and Herald's Other Mods, together with 5 out of 6 mods that are currently still in beta on my Discord. The 6th one isn't going to be used as I'm not exactly happy with the results from testing for it. So that 6th mod is Herald Start Positions Grombrindle in the Black Mountains. Grombrindle goes a little bit too much into the Empire. That is not to my liking too much. I believe it is immersion breaking. But if anyone will be still interested in this mod, even though I'm not going to release it on the Steam Workshop, it is going to remain available on my Discord server. So, without further ado, let's check out the faction effects and lord effects of Wulfrik the Wanderer. So he now has access to Seafang. This is a teleport mechanic for Wulfrik to instantly travel vast distances between ports. Income from raiding plus 50% all armies. This is going to be interesting in two stances actually. That is the regular raiding stance and the raiding camp stance, to which Norsca has access to both of these stances. Upkeep minus 15% for Marauder units. I like this very much. The fullest campaign with Norsca that I have been playing was about a year and something ago with Wulfrik the Wanderer, when I finished a long campaign with him, and my armies tend to be Marauder heavy. I am more of a classical Total War player that came from historical Total War, so I like when my armies have a composition of an infantry line, some missile units, some cavalry, and a couple of monsters, because we are playing Total War Warhammer after all, and well, Norsca has those beautiful mammoths. So also we gain some charge bonus for Marauder chariots and Marauder cavalry. To be honest, I'm not really a fan of chariots, but I am a fan of Marauder cavalry. I do suppose, however, that Kurgan horsemen are not included here, sadly, as I will try to use them as well. So now for the lord effects. Sea-based attacks on port settlements are enabled for only Wulfrik the Wanderer. I'm not exactly sure that I like this. I don't see a reason why wouldn't it be enabled for the whole faction, but I digress. Campaign movement range plus 15% for Wulfrik. His army causes fear. He is all armies. Okay, so this is faction-wide. Are immune to high seas, reef, and storm attrition. Maybe a little bit of clarification here for why is it all armies and it is a lord effect. Well, if you happen to confederate Wulfrik as another Norscan faction, then you get immune to high seas, reef, and storm attrition for all armies, even though you are not playing as his faction, while faction effects are specific to World Walkers, Wulfrik's faction. And the ability Seafang, so this is the old wind ability. Luckily, this wind ability is going to be a little bit nicer to see and not as triggering as seeing Nightmaw as a wind spell. So we are lucky there. We're not going to be so trigger happy if we happen to use the Seafang ability. For the settings, I'm rather a casual player, actually. I do like to mod my games, well, including myself by making my own mods. We're going to enable diplomacy for scenario factions if we happen to come all the way to the end game. We're keeping the difficulty at normal, and I am disabling these funny, unusual locations. I do not like these effects that completely change your campaign and are random. I do not like this. So yeah, that's that for that. And I think this is going to be it. We can finally launch our campaign. It's going to take us a little bit while the campaign loads. So maybe a little bit of preparation. What can we actually expect here? So Wulfrik the Wanderer's start position is no longer affected by Herald's start positions Kislev and Norsca. It used to move Wulfrik from Vanaheim Mountains to, how is the coastal one called? It's not Trollheim. I can't remember the name of that province now. But the one that is north of the sea that separates Norsca and the Empire. So he used to be moved there by my mod, but as I was expecting that there might be some changes, and for gameplay reasons on their own as well, I decided to nullify these changes, and there is only a small change that remains. That is that when Wulfrik is controlled by the AI, he also starts at war with the Scaling Miner Norscan faction, as AI Wulfrik in the vanilla game starts in Norsca. He does not start with a dual start, as we're going to see now.
New seas, new enemies. There are challenges to be won. Set a course.
So we start our campaign off the coast of Lustria, and we are at war with the New World colonies. So let's see what can we do here. Okay, so we get the usual first mission to engage the enemy. Okay, so I guess it would be a good moment now to showcase a little bit the Herald start positions, changes on the campaign map from turn 1. So besides my mod compilations, the 2 mod compilations, we also do use the toggle fog of war mod, simply one button that toggles the fog of war, and in case there are some bugs that we might want to get rid of, it is a fresh release, 7.0 of the new DLC, so we might encounter some bugs that might be fixable through the console. So we also use the console command mod. So to see the changes on the campaign map, so we see this is the vanilla new starting position for Wulfrik the Wanderer and his army when he's being controlled by the player. However, we can see some differences here. Where's Yuan Bo, you might ask yourself? Well, he's in Cathay. Where's Alberic de Bordelot, you might ask yourself? Well, he's in Bordelot. He's in Bretonnia. So what my mods are trying to do is put the legendary lords into their immersive, loreful start positions where possible, and where it makes some gameplay sense, or purely for gameplay. So some factions that I like to move just for gameplay reasons are the Chaos factions. So for example, we've got Skarbrand rushing into the Empire. But to see what is going to be more relevant for us, let's take a look at Norsca. So you can see some changes here. So this northern province is a little bit changed around. You can see some Nurgle here. But more importantly, we can see Prince Sigvald the Magnificent starting his campaign in the very middle of Norsca, actually in the Naglfari Mountains. We have a small ogre faction in case we're going to want to recruit some ogre mercenaries. Throg has been moved, as you can see here. So I don't know if I've mentioned by the beginning, the mods have been tested and edited a little bit where necessary. After the release of 7.0, you can play my mods safely. They are tested and they work for 7.0, and we're using them right now actually as well. Malachi has been moved a little bit. He starts with 2 settlements when controlled by the AI, only with Winterpire when controlled by the player. And we can see that Krakadrak has been restored. In case you are using Katav's Krakadrak, my Kislev and Norsca mod is now completely compatible with Krakadrak, and they're going to start at war with Bersonling, as they do here actually as well, when not using Katav's Krakadrak as well. We have Mother Ostankia over here, and other changes. So, for example, we have Boris Ursus starting more to the south, closer to his Realms of Chaos starting position. Arbal has been moved up north. There has been some reshuffling of the minor factions up here in the northern Chaos Wastes. Okay, there's other changes across the map as well. So, for example, here we have Baltasar Gelt to help out in the Empire. We have Alberic de Bordelo, which I have been mentioning. We have Morgur the Shadowgave, etc. Grom starts on Ulthuan, etc., etc. You can check out all the details in the link, which I'm going to drop down in the description of this video, so that we can actually now get into the Let's Play. So we're going to turn off the Fog of War now, and we're going to see what we can do. So here we have our usual starting hero. We're going to embed him into the starting army. We do not seem to have any abilities right now to be doing with the army while we're on the sea. Here is the Sea Fang ability, Sea Fang travel, in case we will want to be traveling. But before we do something like that, let's go through the starting missions, and let's see what will our starting dilemma offer us as possibilities, as options. So we need to go back to Wulfrik, okay, like this, okay, and let's attack this. I don't know how much is it an Imperial, how much is it a Southern Realms army, but the next DLC is not Dogs of War, it is actually the End Times, so they're going to be this placeholder faction for a while. Okay, so here we are. We have a Mammoth. I would actually like to play out this battle, minimize our casualties, and let's see, is the game stable with 7.0? From what I can, from what I've read on Reddit and on CA's official forums, there are some problems with crashes in campaigns. So I hope we're not going to get those or too many of those, but let's play. This is my first time that I'm recording a video of this sort where I'm just talking all the time without a break. So please tell me if there are any issues with the video, so I can try to fix them for the next episode of this Let's Play and showcase. Alright then. We've got our shaman, we've got our infantry. Let's try to put it in some order. I guess this makes sense. I guess we can put them as wide as possible. We are going to play aggressively as we are playing with Norsca versus the Empire, who is rather weak on the defense. We have some cavalry over here, some marauder horsemen with throwing axes, and we do have a feral mammoth that we can actually use trying to pierce through the enemy army. We have Marauder champions over here. We have Wulfrik himself and the shaman. We're going to group up the main part of the army, and we're going to try to flank on the flanks with the Marauder horsemen. Start battle. I guess we do not need to hurry. We could just walk and maybe fast forward a little bit, so there isn't too much exhaustion for our Norscans in this tropical climate. Let's see, what is the range? Not too much, but I think we can now start running. It seems that they... What is going on here? I did not say anything like this. At least I don't think I have, but oh well. Let's march slowly. We have this feral mammoth. We have this. We're gonna try and disperse these crossbowmen a little bit. We have Sea Fang. We're going to use that as well, quite beautifully, as we can see here. And I believe it would be best that we simply go into melee with these archers. Oh, okay, so the Marauder Berserkers have taken out quite a lot of damage. Sadly so. Let's go, Marauders. Okay, okay, let's turn off guard mode. Here is the general of the Empire. Okay, we have a little bit more of this, but they do seem to be more or less all defeated. And like there isn't a lot left to do over here. Let's maybe try to get out these berserkers out of combat, as they're being quite heavily damaged. Let's put the Mammoth and Wulfrik at them, and let's try to... well, we don't really need to even be trying to rout these units, just maybe so they don't come back. Ah, okay, we've got some crossbowmen that came back, and they are broken again. So, what is going on here with Mr. Codius? He has routed. Okay, we can end this battle. Decisive victory as expected. A rather straightforward battle. We have sadly suffered some casualties on these berserkers, Marauder berserkers, but what can you do? Something went a bit wrong with that one move that I made with the mainstay of the army, but we're not gonna save scum over a couple of Marauder casualties, are we? If you have any questions about my mods, feel free to ask in the comments or join my Discord server and ask me there. I'm always glad to chat with fans of Warhammer and especially fans of my mods. Okay then. So what are we gonna do here? Not a lot of money, not a lot of experience. I'm simply just going to replenish these casualties then. Okay, their boat is down. The first army has been killed off. Now we need to capture and occupy Monument of the Moon. Let's see what is up here with the skill points for Wulfrik. I cannot exactly remember what and how much changed here. what I would usually go for as the first skill would be the leadership skill, which also gives a unit experience gain per turn. So I will go with that for now.
My strength grows. Taking heed.
If there is anything specific for that you might want me to showcase in a future Let's Play, please let me know, so that we can do that as well. Fight battle. We do not want numerous casualties, and it shouldn't take too long. I've just noticed that there was a new button, as if, there, next to fight the battle. I do not remember that from before. We're gonna need to check that out in some future battles, maybe. Maybe it is something specific to, probably something specific to his sea stance. Or rather that he was attacking from the sea, attacking a port settlement from the sea. Okay then. Should we change something here? I will move these horsemen a bit. And these. Can we move them a bit? I believe we should be able to. Yes, we can. We're going to group them up. Once again, we have a little bit of a cliff over here that isn't too nice, so we're going to move the whole army a little bit, so we can indeed use them to the best of our capabilities. Okay, start deployment, and let's go. They're moving around a little bit. Okay, we're going to fast forward. Alright. They are almost in range, so we're going to make them run a little bit. First with these jolly men over here. And then with everyone else. We're going to start encircling these sorry fools in true Norscan fashion. We are too far away for Seafang, which is fine. Too far away for that as well. Okay, they are countercharging us as well, which is completely fine by me. Okay. I'm sorry if my micro isn't the best. What do we have here? Some spearmen. Well, we do not want to be embroiled in combat with anti-large units, so we're going to slowly leave that situation. They're terrified and wavering. Again, we have some casualties over here. Not the best, not the worst. And let's charge into these jolly fellows over here. Quite some casualties over here. Oh, they were softened up by those crossbowmen, so that probably had an influence. What can you do? And victory. We do not need to continue this battle, as it was a settlement battle, so the army gets wiped out together with our victory. Now we're going to have a choice of what we're going to do with the settlement. Are we going to sack it? That would rather be my choice, and then we're going to see what are going to be the options after that? Well, it would be my options if the sacking would have at least 1,000 gold, but this is a port settlement as well, and we do not want to damage the port, because if we do that, then it's going to be very costly to repair it, and we would just shoot ourselves in the foot. So we're going to skip doing that here. We're going to see maybe to pillage already, pillage and raise the settlement, or raise an altar. However, I do feel that it would be the better option, definitely, to raise an altar, so we can later bring our loot to this altar. Alright, okay, so we have a little bit of a intro made by CA, or tutorial, mini tutorial, so that's very good. So let's go through it. Norscan legendary lords can gain bonuses and gifts by raising altars over conquered settlements in one of the Dark God's names. The Hound, who would that be? The Eagle, the Snake, and the Crow. Altars contribute to your allegiance to the gods, but have limited development options. Alright then, let's go with the next one. One of the 4 gods must be chosen before raising an altar. Each god provides progressively stronger faction-wide effects as altars are raised in their name, tracked by the allegiance bar and tooltips at the top of the main campaign interface. Losing altars will reduce allegiance. Alright then. We haven't checked those out, that maybe we should have done before. The allegiance bar allows you to track your progress and the effects granted by each god. Reaching maximum allegiance with a god provides an opportunity to recruit a powerful lord or hero, but incurs the wrath of other gods who will spurn you for your choice and not offer their own champions. Refusing a god's champion will not remove their allegiance effects, and you will still be able to gain a champion from another god. Refusing all 4, however, will result in all of them attacking you. Defeating them will yield a very powerful reward. Alright then. Well, it's going to be the most important for us to actually see the effects that we can get. We now do have indeed enough spoils to colonize this settlement, but why would we colonize a minor settlement? It is probably better for us to save this so we can colonize a major settlement in the province. Sack, just 1,000, I'm not going for it. The loot, the spoils do not feel very rewarding either, so it would be the best, most likely, to raise a chaos altar. So let's see what are some of the effects, some of the goodies that we can get by dedicating to each of the gods. I'm going to read this for myself, so I'm not reading too much out loud, and you can read for yourself as well. I'm interested in which of the each Chaos Warriors do we get. +5 research points, that is interesting to me. Replenishing casualties, just 2%. Plus 100 experience. Alright. This is just 5 research points for every battle. We're not going to be playing that many battles. Maybe experience. What does level 2 do for us? Oh, -5% upkeep. Alright then. Physical resistance, that's quite good. How many effects do we get? Is this just increasing? Oh, there's some new effects here as well. I do like this minus 15% upkeep. Buffs to the Chaos Warriors. Oh. Yeah. It's specific to these Slanesh troops. Alright then. What do we get here? Growth and income. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. I think that's better than physical resistance. Here? Unit experience gain. That's alright. Weapon strength, that's good. So this is for more aggressive playstyle. Winds of magic power reserve and cooldown. I don't think this is doing a lot for us. So I would either go for the Hound or, well, Corn. But the Norscans do not know this, apparently, according to lore, from what I've heard. Or we go for growth and income. That seems very sexy to me and to my usual playstyle. I'd go for that. I'm going for the Crow. I'm going for the Crow. Might not be the best one, but that does go the most with my usual playstyle. Yeah, this is old stuff. Thank you. Reward. Keep on raiding. As your forays outside of his homeland grow longer, you must make a decision over the longer-term fate of your raiding party. You could abandon the opportunity to sooner dominate the tribes of Norsca and instead concentrate on the wider world's fruits of conquest. Yet, following in Lustric's footsteps and forging a new path from these Lustrian shores may prove more risky than fruitful. So, what do? Do we keep Trollfjord? Keep Trollfjord, so we keep the settlement. Loot for the homeland. Income from post-battle loot 100% and growth plus 50 for all provinces. Or, so for how long is this? Turns remaining 5. Alright, or leave Norsca, get 10,000 gold in the treasury, give up Trollfjord, and spores plus 500%. Now, there is a cheese here that could be done, that I've seen on some other YouTubers' videos. That is that you leave Norsca and just teleport with your Seafang back to Norsca if you want to. I would rather not do the cheese, but I want the dual start position. So we're going to get some growth, probably not as good as 10,000 gold, but let's try to do it without the cheese. Keep Trollfjord. We get an item. We need to capture the province. Jungles of Pahualaksa. Let's see the diplomacy a little bit. So they're not at war with anyone. If we go to war with them, we're the only faction that is at war with them, considering that Yuambo has been moved back into Cathay. With Herald start positions, Yuambo in Cathay. Alright then. So, Wulfrik. I usually go for this. So let's see, what do we get? Income and spoils from pillaging settlements, income from sacking settlements. Casualty replenishment, and swelling of doom growth. Usually I go for the blue line. We'll see after that. Do we go immediately for the spells? Do we go for scouting? I will go for spells. Okay. So, what are we gonna do now? So, we have this little statue to the crow, was it? Yes, to the crow. What are we gonna do here? So we can put garrison. 4, not a lot. I was wondering if this is maybe a Nurgling, but no, it's not. It's not their mechanic. It's just a new garrison, and they start with very low HP. What are the other choices? Okay. So we have some recruitment possibilities. Do we have any recruitment possibilities on its own? We do not. Well, that's not very happy. What's the capital? Pahuax. Neutral province cap. So this one we can destroy if we want to. What is our diplomatic stance with Skeggy? Okay, they are at war with New World colonies as well. And they are at war with Hexoatl, so that they might get destroyed very quickly. We do need new units. We do indeed. This doesn't seem very useful for right now. Yeah. Local recruitment capacity, some more garrison. Marauder hunters and skin wolves. Spawn of Nurgle, Chaos Warriors of Nurgle. Well, that seems rather powerful. But these javelins are also going to be useful if we're going against lizardmen. Skin wolves also anti-large. I think we're going to get more use out of this. Income from post-battle. We need recruitment here. We need to make our army more powerful. Our mercenaries. Oh, that's good. Forgot about that. Probably could have done that on turn 1, maybe even. I'm not sure. Maybe no, because we were on a boat. So maybe not. But we can do that, and we're going to do that next turn, just that we do not forget about it. Would I be doing some global recruitment of marauders here? I do think that would be actually useful. I do think that actually. Yes. And next turn we're gonna get some Marauder Spearmen. Research. Also quite new for me. I guess we should take a look at this in an episode 2. As probably this episode is getting rather long already. So thank you all for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you have enjoyed this, if you would like to see more Let's Plays, if you would like to see more details about my mods, especially if you would like to see some specific mod of mine to be showcased, please let me know in the comments or on the Discord server, for which I definitely invite you to join. You can also follow me on Facebook, X. I also have my own little website called heraldsjournal.com, where you can see all the details as well. In any case, I will link all of these things in the description. Please like the video and continue watching. If you can, of course, if your time and luck in seeing another video of mine will be such. And thank you for watching so far, if you have. It is very appreciated. It is good for the YouTube algorithm. And see you for another video. Or in the comments, or on the Discord, or whatever. Thank you once again, and goodbye for now.